Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Keeping Canards. I am so excited to come on here today and share our curriculum for the 24-25 school year. I can't believe it's gonna be 2025. This year we are going from 2 to 4 students. It's going to be quite an adventure, so I'm going to go through all of our core curriculum in this video, and then I will also tag on another video talking about our electives and our family style curriculum. So let's get into it. This year I'm going to have a 6th grader, a 3rd grader, a kindergartner, a preschooler, and we have our little 2-year-old Theodore, who will tag along with us on all of our adventures. Okay, so the best advice I've ever heard from a homeschooler is to stick with what you know. If it's working, it's not broken, don't try and fix it. Don't get distracted by all those beautiful curriculums, by all these pretty spreads on Instagram that everybody's doing, and feel like you need to do it too. So when I make decisions for our children, I think about what worked this year, what didn't work this year, what do I want to add, what do I want to incorporate that I think might be beneficial for them. That being said, we're going to go over preschool first. So when I first thought of preschooling my kids, I really love play-based learning. So we do not do formal learning until they're at least 5, really 6 years old is ideal. That being said, I have a very ambiguous, I think that's the right word, for a 4-year-old. She's almost 5. She'll be 5 in October. And she gets very upset when everybody else gets to do school and not her. So I just stuck with what I knew, and I went ahead and I ordered her the Good and the Beautiful preschool curriculum. You guys, this is a beautiful curriculum. It comes with this preschool book that goes through all of the letters and the alphabet, and it's just bright and colorful. There's cutting practice, there's activities, there's teacher direction. This is open and go. You literally open it and read and do the activities, and then you don't have to write anything down or plan anything, because tomorrow you're just going to do the next level. So their preschool comes with this book. It also comes with extra practice sheets. These are fantastic. And it comes with like letters that they can paint or put glitter glue on, just hands-on activities, and then extra practice sheets for letter recognition and numbers, which has been really helpful for Amelia this year. She's been doing this year. And then also it comes with this really cool folder for activities and games, so that they can be hands-on with all their learning and keep their attention, because we all know 4 and 5-year-olds have 0 attention span. And then my little one also likes to have like a worksheet and writing, so I got her the pre-doodles, pre-writing, for her to just do on her own whenever she feels like it. She can just open this up. I think she's done a few pages already. She can just open this up, and color and go through it and practice her handwriting. So this is what we're doing for our preschooler, as well as a couple other subjects, which you will see in my family studies video. Okay, so for Amelia, who's going to be my kindergartner this year, she will be 6 in September. So technically, if she was in public school, this would be her first kindergarten year because of where her birthday falls. Like I said before, we have been working through the preschool curriculum from the Good and the Beautiful. So we're just going to stick with what we know and keep on trucking, keep on moving. So I'm going to start her out with kindergarten prep. Once we finish the preschool curriculum, this is kind of like an in-between between the preschool and the level K. I don't think she'll be quite ready for level K, so we're going to do this first, which is very short. It's like maybe 30 lessons. And then we're going to move right along into level K. So this is level K from the Good and the Beautiful. You will see all of my kids' The Good and the Beautiful curriculum is printed by me. I have an eco tank and a binding machine. It was just more cost effective for us because they do offer their language arts for free as PDFs. So I hand print all of our books. Instead of doing a thick book, I do the units so that it's a little bit more manageable for them and so that they don't fall apart as easily. So we're going to be doing level K for her language arts, which also includes these booster reading cards and booster reading books. very excited to teach her how to read. That's going to be her language arts. And then I got her level 2 pre-writing doodles. She did this one already this year. So we're just moving on to level 2 for her. And then for her math, we are going to be doing the Good and the Beautiful level K math. And this one was actually bought. I did not buy it. It was given to me. I found it in a free homeschooling group. Somebody was just giving it away. So I was like, hey, I'll take it. So this is actually from them, printed from them. And it's just beautiful math. Very picture and color oriented. This program is a spiral math program. I think all of their math is spiral. If you don't know what spiral is with math, there are 2 different kinds. There's mastery, so the kids go over one method of math, like fractions. They go over it for like, I don't know, 10 lessons until it's mastered, and then they like almost never see it again, or they see it differently. Whereas spiral is they go over fractions one lesson, and then they move on to measurements, and then they move on to multiplying, and then they come back. So it's always spiral. You're always revisiting what you're learning. So we're going to do Simply Good and Beautiful level K math, and then this is her little math box. Again, this is the older version because this is the wood math box. So yeah, that's what we are doing for my kindergartner's course. Okay, so let's get into my 3rd grader. He is excellent at math. He is, I don't even know, sometimes he does things and I'm like, how did you do that so quickly in your head? Because I am not a strong math person. So for him, we the last couple of years have been doing the Good and the Beautiful. So again, with a theme here, we're just gonna be sticking with what we know. So we are moving on to level 3, the Good and the Beautiful math for him. Also got the level 3 math box. I'm really excited to move forward with him in math and just watch him excel even more. And then we started him out on the Good and the Beautiful. It worked for a while. And it just was like not keeping his attention, and he wasn't grasping the concept. I think that it like moved a little bit too quickly for him. And then also he's a very tactile learner, so he needs like repetition and movement and stuff like that. So I decided this last year, in the previous school year, we tried out All About Reading, which is it's like, I don't know what it's called, but a lot of people recommend it for kids who have dyslexia. I do not think Jonah has dyslexia. Actually, halfway through the year, we discovered that his vision is awful, and not like me. Like I can't see far away. He cannot see anything close up. So like, I just think he hasn't caught on to reading very quickly because he literally couldn't see the words. So now that we're getting his vision corrected, he is flying, he's excelling, he loves reading. And so we are again sticking with what we know. We're doing level 3, All About Reading for him. This is still open and go. You just open it and do the next lesson. But I would say this is very teacher heavy. I have to go through a whole lesson and do a lot of reading and a lot of hand holding. So if you are needing something that is not teacher heavy, I would not recommend this. But if your kid is struggling reading, you might just have to like get over it and do what's best for them. So All About Reading level 3. This is the teacher's guide. It's just in black and white. It's kind of boring. Again, also bought this used. And then these are the activity sheets. They come with colored pictures, things that they cut out. And then each lesson is gonna, let me see if I can find it. So what we like about this is each lesson actually takes you through what you're gonna be reading in a story multiple times. So you do an activity with the types of words that you're going, like he would cut this out. You do an activity with the types of words that are gonna be in the story. That's exposure to those words, number 1. Number 2, you read, this is called a fluency chart. So you're reading the words that are gonna be in the story or new words. Then you're going over here and you're reading sentences, again, with the words and more new words. So you're always constantly being exposed to the words that are in the story that you will be reading multiple times. And that has been like hands down the best thing for him. It does also come with like some chapter books that he'll read. I think it's every third lesson. They're on my shelf over there. I'm not going to go get them. But yeah, so that's all about reading. It also comes with these like phonics and sight word cards. And you can use these to just do flashcards, or you can use them to like play games. Like sometimes I put them on the floor for him and have him hop to each card. Sometimes we do a scavenger hunt where he has to find them. So yeah, just lots of fun ideas on how to do that. And then in addition to that, I really do love The Good and the Beautiful, and I love their booster card and story set. So I did buy him the Booster B cards and the Booster B books, and we will do this just kind of randomly throughout the year, but he really likes to read these stories, so I thought that would. And then when it comes to, everybody always asks me, how do you homeschool this many kids? How do you keep them busy? Well, I don't. We are really Charlotte Mason based. I really like her philosophy. However, I have 4 children, so there are things that my kids need to do on their own. So some people might view this as busy work. I just view it as practice for things they need. So we are going to be continuing with The Good and the Beautiful handwriting for Jonah. He did level 1 last year, so we're just trucking him right along, doing level 2 again. Not again, but moving to level 2 for him for handwriting. It's got handwriting, and then there's prompts to draw or pictures to color. And then finally, for his grammar, he does Explode the Code. I love this program, partly because it does come with a teacher's guide. So if you want to go through it with them with the teacher's guide, you totally can. But I don't do that. I literally just give him the book and say, here, figure it out. And then obviously if he needs help with anything, I help him through it, and we go through it together and correct it. And we're getting kind of up there on his levels. This is level 4 and level 5. So it might be a little bit more extensive. It's looking like he might need some more hand holding. So like this page, what he does, there's a word bank and a sentence, and he will read the sentence and fill in the word. And over here, he hates these. He has to read the sentence, look at the picture, and figure out which sentence matches the picture. He did not like these until I taught him a trick that if the first sentence he chooses to read makes sense, then it's that one. But if it doesn't make sense, it's the other one. And he liked that because then he only had to read 1 sentence instead of 2. So that is my 3rd grader's core curriculum. Okay, last but not least, let's move into my 6th grader. We are again continuing with The Good and the Beautiful language arts for her. This is our 4th year homeschooling, and she's done The Good and the Beautiful all the way through. She loves it, keeps her attention, it's good for her. Yeah, so we're going to be doing level 6. Again, I print all these, so it's a lot thinner. This is like 1 to 2 units. And then with level 6, they have this little book that they're supposed to read with it, Little Lord Fauntleroy. Try reading that backwards. And their level 6 reader. So this will be her core language arts. For math, let's talk about math. Okay, I'm going a little squirrel here. I was never good at math. I still am not good at math. My son, excellent at math. I hate math. I'm not good at it. So if you're sitting here going, Audrey, I can't homeschool because I'm not good at XYZ subject, let me tell you, yes, you can. You can do it, I promise. So we have been through so many math curriculums. We started with The Good and the Beautiful, so I didn't know. She liked it up to a certain point, but then it just got like too much for her. It was too much fluff. So then we went to teaching textbooks. She loved it. She excelled, did great. I hated it. I loved that it was on the computer and that I didn't have to like grade anything or follow up, but I hated that she never wrote anything down. Now I know that with teaching textbooks you can buy like workbooks and stuff, but that defeats the whole like online purpose. So I was like, okay, well, let's try Saxon. So this last year we tried Saxon with Nicole, the math lady. So I really loved the video concept, the video aspect of that math. But it was so much for her, and she just absolutely hated it. So I was like, okay, we can either stick with this, or I'm going to give you 3 lessons from The Good and the Beautiful, because now they came out with starting at level 4, you can do videos for their math. So they have a video component where they teach you what to do in your lesson, and then you do the work. And she's like, okay, let's try it, because she was just like desperate to find something to get her through math. So she tried it, loved it, and I can actually say this year I've heard her say more than once how much she loves math. So coming from my background and her just not being that great at it like me, nothing wrong with that, and just like absolutely hating it, it's been great. So we switched in the middle of last year. So the beginning of the school year, we will be finishing The Good and the Beautiful level 4, and then we will move right into level 5. So we're going to have The Good and the Beautiful level 5, and then this is their mental math. This is so much fun. You just do it at the beginning of the lesson. It's just like quick, easy problems, but then at the end of, I think it's like every few lessons, they have this little sticker thing. So it's like a puzzle that the kids get to put together. So that's what she's doing for math. And then just like my 3rd grader, because I have 4 students, I need them to have things to work on individually. So let's talk about handwriting. We used handwriting without tears the last few years, and switched to The Good and the Beautiful last year. Jonah loves The Good and the Beautiful handwriting. So for him, like I said, we're sticking with that. So we switched to cursive from handwriting without tears to The Good and the Beautiful cursive, and she's been miserable. Not because The Good and the Beautiful is bad, but because they teach it differently, and it's been very difficult for her to switch over from the way she started to learn how to write in cursive to this new way. So she asked to go back to handwriting without tears. So I did buy her 2. She will work through both of these, not simultaneously. We'll do one, and then when she's done with this one, we'll switch to this one. So this is full year curriculum, cursive curriculum for her for handwriting. And then every kid has that subject that they just try so hard, and they just can't do it atrociously. They just, I don't want to say fail, but they just need a little extra help. So when it comes to The Good and the Beautiful, they have grammar, they have spelling, all of that incorporated in their curriculum, and it's so awesome. But with Zoe, she just needs a little extra help, a little extra practice, and especially she's starting to go into middle school, I want to make sure that she's well prepared for essays and all the things. So we're going to really focus this year on spelling and grammar. So I did buy her Spectrum spelling. You're going to see this says 3rd grade and 4th grade. I want to encourage you, if your kids are in 6th grade and they need to do 3rd grade spelling, it is okay. It's okay to meet your kid where they're at. That is part of homeschooling. That is why people homeschool, so that we can take time. Going back to math, I almost failed every math class because I never understood what was going on in the class. I never understood what they were trying to teach. And by the time I did understand, we had moved on to something else. So it's really, really important for me to take my time with my kids to make sure they're mastering what I'm teaching them before we move on to something else, especially in things like math or spelling, because if you don't know how to spell basic words, then you can't spell harder words. So we are starting with Spectrum spelling for Zoe. I'm going to be, I know this looks like a lot for her. It is a lot, but we're going to be rotating this with grammar. So she will do The Good and the Beautiful language arts every day. And she will do handwriting every day. This and the other grammar curriculum I'm about to show you will be like twice a week. But these are really short. So Spectrum spelling, let's go through this. There's only 30 lessons in each book. Hang on, let me put this down. There's only 30 lessons in each book. So one book, if she does one lesson twice a week, that's going to last her like a month or 2. Okay, so lesson 1 is 4 pages. So she's just going to go through this and work through it herself. But so I bought her level 3 and level 4. She will work through this independently. And then I'm adding in Fix It Grammar from IEW. This is an amazing grammar curriculum. I love this grammar curriculum. It's super easy. They're introduced to a concept, and then after the introduction of the concept, they go over here and they read the sentence, they find all the corrections, and then rewrite the sentence with the corrections. This takes like 2 minutes. It's really not that long. So we will be adding this in to help her with her extra grammar. Whew, that's my 6th grader's work. And that's her core curriculum. So I hope that was helpful. Okay guys, so that is it for our core curriculum. I went through pre-K, kindergarten, 3rd grade, 6th grade. We're trucking right along. I'm so excited that you guys came and joined me with all of that. If you have any questions or want to know anything specific about anything, please leave a comment down below and we'll answer it to the best of my knowledge. Stay tuned for my next video on all of our electives and extracurricular activities.